I haven't spoken this naturally in a long time. I am trusting what I've been told to okay. Excuse me. Thank you. And hello 8-bit, hello mfantasy13, hello Latent, hello B7, hello Jesse, hello Ezzy, hello Mazeme, hello Pixie, hello Latent, hello Vera, good kill you. Hello Saxpone. Hello Latent. Did I say hi to you already? Did I miss you? Okay. Hello Lord Egbert, and congrats on that first. Oh, thank you. I'm kind of giving myself a hard time at the moment because I trust other people, but I also worry. I always worry that the one time I do something, people will be like, no, not like that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and begin. It doesn't hurt that I'm in this mode today, right? Hello, everybody. I just knocked over a chopstick in my ramen. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, and it's good to have you here. Since last we caught up, we have follows. Oh, you're that pets. Since last we caught up, we have follows from Aerocacia, Shadow Marks 2, Marcia Pens, and is it Hyam Fenica? Phonica? I'm not entirely sure if I got the pronunciation right, but I'm glad that you're here. Hello, everybody. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, and it's great to have you. If we haven't met before, I make Eurobeat music like you're hearing in the background. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, and Matara Kanavi Shoujo. How are y'all doing? Can't stay long, just want to drop by and say hi. Everyone has fun. Actually, Fantasy, quick question. Before you go. By any chance, you didn't change your name from M Duo, did you? Am I remembering you incorrectly? Because your name is very familiar. Also, I feel like the text is a little hard to read. I might make some adjustments. How is everybody though? How y'all doing today? I can finally stay longer in the streams. It's been so long. Aww. Well, I'm glad that you can make it. I'm glad for whenever, like however long we can have you. Hello, GT40. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. How good is it for TEB albums to credit all songs to A1? Are you part of the group enough for this to be accurate for your songs? I was of the impression that you do your songs by yourself with little to no input from them. I think it depends on how it's being published, Dubs. I would say... What's the word that I'm looking for? Sometimes streaming platforms don't make it easy to credit everyone directly. They kind of expect an album from one artist. They don't do a lot of compilations, or the way that they do compilations is difficult. In my case, I'm not technically part of A1. I'm technically more like a contractor with them, but yeah, I do publish through them. So if it is credited to A1, please understand that I will still be getting proper credit and dues, etc. from that work. You're super comfy today? That's good. I'm glad that you're comfy. I thought that I would bring things here today, if only because... don't blame the underpaid database engineers. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Doing good. My stream today went well, and I'm spending the evening with a wonderful goth lady, so even better. Aw, thank you. And thank you, by the way, for being comfy with me rolling with this today. I had a call with my manager, which I might chip away at later today. And my voice wasn't doing too bad, but I was clearing my throat again. And it reminded me that that you can be comfy with me this way. That my voice doesn't have to be a certain pitch. And I decided to trust you on that. So thank you for the head pats, and thank you for I guess rewarding that trust. Yeah, let me see if I can get the chat to be a little bit more readable. Right now it's a little bit hard to read, isn't it? Let's see, filters, no. Is it blend mode? Let's see. I'm gonna skip this one. Little too wild today. All right, blending mode, normal. Okay, so it is a little bit through. Aw, thank you, Vera. I'm genuinely glad that you feel that way. I figured, you know, keep things comfy, keep things low, and should be able to kind of get away with it a little bit. All right, let me see what I can do to make chat a little bit more readable. Settings, message box. Okay, we're gonna do this, and this will refresh the chat. Sorry. Oh, that did. I need that to be 1. There we go. Save. Do I have any favorites among my new Throne editions? Not particularly. I kind of like them all pretty evenly. Based on Soundload, I assume you weren't as involved with the productions for songs on the arcade tracks, correct? They just brought me on as a vocalist for those. And a lyricist. Stuff like Midnight Tournament and Turn It Around and Beatdown. Well, Beatdown I wasn't a vocalist, that was a root track, but I wrote the lyrics to that. You know, A1 doesn't just work with me in terms of the Toho Eurobeat series. They'll also bring me on for, you know, for tracks like that. Or even the work with Half Pipe for Sega Joy Police locations. Hello, Aurora. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I did not produce the tracks that I was featured on for that. All right, I feel like that text box color is still a little bit hard to read. I might... What could I do here? It's a little bit... Should I make the text black? No, I think I should just darken it this way. No, that's not really doing it. Guess it'd be hue set... Yeah, no. It didn't change anything. Alright, we'll do that. We'll click here. We'll go to HSL. That did nothing. I don't want to do more like... Maybe more here? Kind of darken it a bit. Give it more contrast. Yeah, we'll do that. Save. Sorry for all the adjustments to the chat box. I just want to make sure that it's readable. Not really. Someone called my personality like a bottle... Mean! Who the hell would say that? What the... That is so rude. I'm a sucker for consistent color palettes, especially if they're striking monochromatic. Actually, you know what I just realized? No, I can't add a shadow to the, I can't add a shadow to the font. Darn it. I was really looking forward to that. Yeah, I feel like that's okay. I'm sorry, I just realized that I was still... Why is she angry? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna sip my ramen broth real quick. GT40 with 15 months in a row. Can we get some love in the chat for GT40? It is amazing to have you here for what? That is a year and a quarter now, yeah? I mean, you've been around, you've been supporting what I do for longer than that, but it is great to have you here. Please continue to enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, and being a much appreciated part of the Oddities community. Can we get some love in the chat? Wait, I already forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, the why is she angry? Yeah, that. Yeah, there's some stuff that I could talk about, but I want to see what's on your minds, what's on your hearts. What's going on? How have things been since yesterday? Niji. Hello, you. It is so good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, come on in, make yourself comfy. A little over a year in a row. I wonder what my elapsed sub time is. Things have been so busy. They have been, honestly. Actually, before I forget, that does remind me. I'm gonna pause the music for a second. How many of you here are Pomudachis? How many of you are fans of Pomu Rain Puff? Sunday is my last day at work. Now I can focus on things I like to do and not being stuck in retail. Let's go. Congratulations. That is a big deal. I call that a work because I deserve a break. That you do. Good on you. Good on you for taking some time to yourself. Yeah, come on, sit next to Pixie. She's very comfy cozy. Yeah, I wanted to, uh, for the Pomodachis in chat, for the oddities that are also Pomodachis, I understand that today is a pretty emotional day for you. Uh, I've gone through something like this myself. Some of you might recall who my particular Oshi is. Um, if you would like for me to dedicate some time today to some comfort or some quiet or whatever it is that you need to feel comfy and okay, please do let me know. Um, for those who don't know, Pomu Rainpuff of Lazulite of Niji Sanji En, like the very first wave, is graduating today. And as someone who's had an Oshi, like a favorite VTuber, graduate from Niji Sanji at one point, I know how that feels. I know how that can really hurt. And while I cannot throw off the entire course of the stream for the sake of that, excuse me, I do also want to make sure that everyone feels comfy and safe and all that good stuff today. So if I need to take a minute for that, I will. Otherwise, please know that my heart does go out to you today. Pomu was extremely influential, especially in the English language space. Yeah, she was a very big deal, and I look forward to. I hope that she has a good time in class and school. I know that she's going back to school for that, but I did not want to. It feels like I would have been remiss to not mention something to that effect. Now I can put on the high energy hits music. Sorry, it does feel a little out of place. Yeah, what's on your minds? What's on your hearts? Call that at work, right. Sunday's last day at work, and then B7, you answered earlier. Since you asked, I'm a bit tired, mostly happy. Got some papers mailed for my future new citizenship. First time paid somewhere in 2 currencies in cash. So recovering from my heat stroke earlier this week, so not as genki as I would like. Understandably, though, heat stroke would do that to you. I wish you a quick recovery, and I hope you're doing well. Like, I hope that recovery from that is swift. What a week. It's only now almost over, and it's been quite a time. It's one of those days where I'm kind of glad that today is a just chatting kind of day, and easygoing. Am I exaggerating my emotions to show off the model's jiggle physics? No. I am just naturally jiggly. You're welcome. No, the jiggle is just a fringe benefit. Yeah. What is on my mind? Chris Redfield punching a boulder. Oh, hello, Hannah. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I will wave at you once the hearts have done their way. But yeah, actually, it is interesting though. Didn't Zen just do like have a little moment on stream where she was talking about how her delivery is so emphatic and emotional? Well, Niji, I believe when one's eyes are focused on a particular part of the body, it does feel a little bit more emphasized. Going to Japan in the start. Japan, no way. That's awesome. Way to go. Start of February is also when I'll be contacted if my audition or tryout, if you know, you know, and I do know, from last week went through. I felt so overdressed for it, but I hope I'll make it through. I feel like if that situation for which you applied does not bring you back on, I feel like they'd be missing out. I'd be very sorely disappointed to hear they did something like that. I hope that there's good news though. And Japan, what an amazing place to be going. Do you know whereabouts in Japan you'll be going? Oh gosh, Japan is one of those places that I miss. I very seldom miss locations. I miss experiences with friends. Very seldom do I miss a location. Japan, Tokyo in particular. I very much miss Tokyo. I'm gonna have a sip of my ramen broth again. Am I hyped for Eurobeat Masters 23? Yes! I'm very excited for it. I love, uh, I love what Delta has been doing with Eurobeat Masters for the most part. Like, I think the compilation style is very much like what Super Eurobeat used to be. And the level of quality is also very, very, very good. Miss Japan so much she writes a song about it. I did. Not only because it's a very Eurobeat thing to do, but also because I miss it. That was how I felt when I had to leave Tokyo. I remember it was one of the days after I had been to it was after one of the days that I had been to Japan PonyCon, and it was the day that I had to hop onto excuse me, it was one of the days I had to hop on a bus to get to the airport. And I remember turning around on the steps to the bus and bowing and saying, you know, basically, thank you for taking care of me. Just, arigato gozaimashita. And I got to my seat and I sat down and tears started just pouring out of me. It caught me off guard. It feels like I cried first, then I felt sad. And I checked Twitter to kind of get my mind off it, and I saw that the folks that I was with, I believe it was Sakura Cheetah that I was with, who tweeted crying in Japanese, and I just responded with "Watashi mo." Me too. Me too. Totally just sat up correctly in my chair. Good, 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 good. I would love to go back to Japan. Whereabouts? You were saying, crossing my fingies. I'll be there in just Tokyo by myself. Loki, scared to speak a language of origin after long of getting rusty, but I believe in yourself. I believe in you too. And hello, Teeter. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. And thank you for the headbats. I will say that, I mean, have you been to Tokyo before? If you have, then, you know, I don't need to say anything. But I mean, the times that I was there, I feel like there was enough English to get around. Interacting with people, it was a little bit different, but in terms of like signage and things like that, enough things were in English. Haven't been first time. No way. Okay, I think you're gonna have an amazing time, GT40. Yeah, the last time I was there, I had more problems with like trying to speak the language than just reading it, because yeah, enough things are in English to where you can get around, unless you have to talk to people. Sobbing like a wet mop trying to say I don't have a point card. Point cards are easy enough to get. I think you can use like credit cards, debit cards, etc. to get like a Suica card. And yeah, you're definitely gonna want a Suica card. Once you see it, you know. Think of it as like a transit card, but good. Quick sip of tea. Had to have an x-ray. Had to have an x-ray for my broken tailbone and need to have an operation to repair it. That been said, I can have a BBL operation on Medicare insurance rather than out of pocket expense. TLDR, I can get cake. Hannah, that's incredible. And gosh, that's a Brazilian booty lift, right? Is this a bad time to explain? Is this a bad time to explain that I've looked into Brazilian booty lifts and been like, I have a Suica on my watch already as prep, the Japanese Clipper. Yeah, it's like Clipper. For those who don't know, Clipper is here in the Bay Area. It kind of lets you get onto a bunch of various transit agencies. But yeah, no, I kept an eye on stuff like BBLs and other things that would otherwise, you know, help a girl out in my case. So yeah, that's exciting. I mean, it's a bummer that your tailbone is broken, obviously, but, or rather, I think you should go for it. Nothing wrong with looking. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Money is, of course, always an issue for that kind of thing. I feel like if I had the means... Hello, Arkines. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. I feel that as someone with an ass so bony, you could... Yeah. I don't know why this reminds me, but this does remind me. Some of you might have seen that picture that I posted on Twitter the other day, right? The little blushy picture. Where is it? Where is it? So, I posted a picture on Twitter recently. Let me go ahead and pull it up. And, I just decided to have some fun with it. Like, just not take things too seriously. This is what I posted. Yoop. I'm blessed to have a natural BBL. Blessed until buying clothes that are, but they're oh, wait. Must have had natural BBL. Blessed until buying clothes online bites me in the rump. An apparently spectacular rump. Suika is JR East. Ikoka is JR West, but I see they're interchangeable at the point of use. That makes sense. So I posted this and I thought this was real cute. What I didn't expect was another VTuber. I might have told you all about Ingen Haeta, right? A Japanese VTuber who's been interacting with me lately. Well, let me just show you real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna trim out some of the unnecessary details. Yeah, we'll just get the message of it. Boop, boop. Save. Yes. Pictures. Screenshots. And I don't know, even just hearing it from I don't know. It's just very nice. Ingen is so sweet. One of these days I would love to raid one of her streams or support one of her videos very, very much. Yeah, I just wanted to share that a little bit. She's very sweet. On today's episode of Tweets, it sent Odyssey into bottom mode. So question, why is bottom trademarked there? Yeah? Just curious, Dubs. I'd love to understand why that's, trademarked. Do I? Hmm? Yeah? Hmm. I see. How can I be super cute and shy but also mommy? I am confusion. What was that, kitten? I don't think I can hear you from down there. Interesting choice of phrase. Are you sure that's what you want to go with? Is that your word choice for me? Hmm? Founder, huh? Is that what you're going with? That's what's called a switch. Thank you. Thank you, Niji. You understand. See? Someone here gets it. There we are. Yeah, see? But to a more specific point, I can be shy and blushy, but also mommy because, I can be shy and blushy, but also mommy because, well, I can be shy. It's nice to be treated well, to have nice things and to, be doted on and adored, but also, it is also fun for me to tease, to kind of push buttons from time to time. A light switch because Odyssey brightens my. Aw, you're so sweet, GT. Yeah, that's also important, Dub. There is a substantial difference. Gosh, these are the conversations we couldn't be having, this time last year, right? But yeah, on a more genuine note, I do think I have some tendencies where I do appreciate being taken care of or adored or things like that. But I also don't mind providing that myself. Yes, Jade, they were calling for you. I think for the head pats. That's the thing. I can still receive head pats and be taken care of and doted on, and then return the favor. That is called. That's what that's switch. Oh, believe me, it is not for lack of. It's not for lack of top energy that I display any sort of maternal energy. We'll call it that. Jessa Yeetith and Jessa... No. Jessa Yeetith and Jessa Yoinketh. I feel like that needed to be delivered with the gravity that it warrants. Yeah. There we go, there we go. Can I just say, by the way, it's really nice to be able to speak more naturally. Yeah, just before I forget, there are some things that I am insecure about, and being able to express vulnerabilities, I think. Yuki K, hello! Audi, hi. Yuki, hello. And thank you so much for a full year of subscribing. Can we get some love in the chat? Please enjoy. Please continue to enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, being part of the Oddities community for a full year now. Destiny, welcome back, and thank you. I am learning to trust those around me, with when they say something about me that it's true. So yeah, I'm gonna lean into this a little bit more. It is nice. It's a relief in a way. I do prefer to sound higher, but I think it's okay. Notice that when listening to Evergreens, despite the deep voice, you sounded more feminine than previous songs of the same register. It's as you said, tone is everything. I think I might have done some adjustments to the formant, but I did sing without changing the pitch. Your voice is gorgeous. I absolutely adore it in any pitch you wish to use. Aw, thank you. I'm popping in for a bit because I'm incredibly low energy and emotionally burnt, so I'm hoping to recharge a bit here. Welcome in. Please make yourself comfy. Hope everyone's doing all right. I'm doing okay. I had a meeting with my manager today, and I think I can get into that a little bit. So I'm going to adjust the lighting just a smidge. I can't talk about everything that I talked about with my manager, but we were looking at a lot of convention stuff. I don't think I can say too much about what's going on there, but I'll say this, it's interesting. How many of you have had to move to another state for really good job opportunity? Genuine question. Like, how many of you have moved for a job opportunity that was definitely like a significant raise in pay or better benefits or something like that? Say that, you know, it was worth the move. It could be nobody. Like, I guess at least to some extent that it makes sense. That this metaphor kind of makes sense. Not at a job stage in life yet, still in university, no worries. Did you move for university? Did you get accepted to a really nice university where you had to move to get there, like across the country or across the state? I think that could still work, actually. Like going to a nice university and moving to do so. Gonna have a sip of my tea again. So I say that because I'm being presented with some pretty big opportunities in the year ahead, but it will come at the cost of things that I used to do. There will be events that I enjoyed that I may not be at this upcoming year. It's sort of like what happened between Anthro Expo and HarmonyCon. It was just kind of a coincidental timing that, HarmonyCon and Anthro Expo were at the same time. By the way, if you haven't booked your tickets for Anthro Expo yet, that's coming up real soon. And I will be performing there, so definitely check that out. My university is nice in terms of opportunities, terrible in terms of LGBTQ treatment and stuff. I am sorry to hear that. I hope they start getting better about that. That is no good. Moved from hometown in the far north of Norway to a similar town in the Midwest of the country to study music. Right on. So, I feel like the things that are lined up for me feel a lot like that. Where it's like, I'm gonna have all these cool things lined up and all these things that I've really wanted to do and all these places I've wanted to go and people I've wanted to meet. But it also means saying goodbye to things that I used to do. And the reality of that is starting to hit. Hello, Amelia. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. You know, I'm going to do something real quick. I think what I might do is go here. I'm going to change the lighting just a little bit. Where is it? That's not quite what I need. That's a little too dark. Right about there. Maybe contrast? That kind of helps a little bit. That does help for the for chat, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's much more readable. Thank you, Maze Me. I found it on Etsy, of all places. Odyssey will support your decision. Thank you. I remember seeing several of your performances. They were awesome. Thank you, Lumiria. And if things go well this year, there should be plenty more. And mind you, these are not set in stone or anything like that. But the opportunities, the considerations. Would you ever consider live guitars in one of your songs? Absolutely. I did play guitar directly in at least one song that I put out. And if I ever did take the time to learn guitar, I would love to play it in, of course, or work with a guitarist. I've really only lived in one regional area my whole life, save for summers in another state. Personally, I'm scared to leave this area for my own safety and multiple factors, but we support you. For the record, I'm not moving, not in a physical sense. Time zones are annoying, but are also a necessary annoyance. Sadly, they are. They make things simpler. They don't make things easier by any means, but they do make things simpler. So there's that. And my manager and I were talking about some of that, and a couple of cons where we're trying to figure out logistics and rooming and things like that. So, kind of figure out the little details. Mind, I had to move 2 years ago from somewhere I lived for 30 years on literally the other side of the world, but one, that place sucked and now I always plan to do so, and two, back at the old place I might be facing 2 to 3 charges of high treason and a couple LGBT plus related charges. Oof. I am glad that you're out of there, B7. I'm sorry that it ended up being that way in the first place, but I'm glad that you're out of there. Words are failing me. Another thing that's coming up is good news, bad news, and good news. The good news is Strawberry Girl is essentially done. In terms of production, I just need to spoot out the files. The bad news is I will not be releasing it probably for this or next month. The good news is, well, there's a reason for that, and you'll see it. It is difficult though, because I am so used to the idea of needing to put out content, like needing to put out songs the instant that they're done. And what's interesting is this time around, usually, for those who don't know, I used to do all of my own videos, all of my own like editing and finding the backgrounds and picking the font and all that stuff. The theme of this year really is learning to trust others. And let's just say that right now, in terms of Strawberry Girl, I am building a little bit of a team together for that one. So I appreciate your patience, and I'm figuring out some other things to do with to fill in the time before Strawberry Girl comes out. I definitely still plan to work on more music in the meantime. That is something that it's actually kind of been eating away at me. I've been so focused on streaming and VTubing, which is good. These are good things for me. That I haven't been as focused on music. And I've been building back into that. I've been spending more time in my DAW and things like that, which is good. I've been figuring out ways to do some songwriting too. I think that's pretty important. Is it, I am X Ophilo. Hello, how should I refer to you, by the way? Is it I am XO? Do you prefer I'm? Do you prefer Philo? Please do let me know. Thank you so much for the, for popping in. I hope you're doing well today. Your music output has slowed down. Better make, like, the current song. Nah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. So here's the thing. I have so many more things to take into account. Philo, I'm going to make a note of that if that's okay. All right. We're going to put Philo. Am I pronouncing that right, by the way? Philo? Good. Okay. Yeah. It's not that I haven't been working on music. I most certainly have. And even the slow output of my own, it'll catch back up. It'll catch back up. I guess the issue is more to do with, I haven't taken the time to songwrite for myself. If I can start, like, what I need to do is I need to sit down like a coffee shop and just crank out a bunch of lyrics and melodies and just these little ideas. Do actual songwriting before I bring it to the DAW. Hello, Gamer Boy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. How are you, honey? I noticed that I'm doing the thing with my voice where I'm putting it up again, so I'm gonna keep it back down. Hydrate, that I can do. I will sip my tea. There we go. I think that's. I'm doing okay, Gamer Boy. I'm doing good, Gamer. I had a meeting with my manager, and that went well. And there's a lot. What flavor tea? It is honey lavender. It's mostly lavender with a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of honey essence in it. It's apparently for stress relief, but you know, any kind of hot water is also going to be fairly good for the voice and throat. It's very pleasant. It's very much the comfy emote in my own stream. Yeah. How do you write lyrics? I can write good melodies, but I suck at lyrics. Here's the thing. Lyrics are always going to be hard because we're evaluating them on our own standards. We're writing them as if we are trying to be the lyrics that we've heard, the lyrics that we know from elsewhere. What's my muse? What drives my creativity? It's a good question. For composition, I guess certain feelings, or even just having a high amount of adrenaline in a given moment, that'll usually be enough to kind of inspire a couple of notes in a time. So any kind of heightened state for me, whether it's strong emotions or excitement or something like that, that usually gets the job done for me for composition. But for writing, I don't know. I really enjoyed English class when I was, in school, in class. And while I think Eurobeat with nonsensical or less linguistically ardent lyrics is extremely valid and wonderful, I also like what I can write when I just write of my own accord. Do you ever tire of writing quote-unquote good lyrics just so you go heck it and devolve into HRD-style nonsense? I have a couple times. Not very often, but I do every once in a while. I indulge in some from time to time. Strawberry Girl certainly wasn't free of it, for instance. Yeah, I really like what I can do in terms of I gotta stop playing with the cable for these headphones, because otherwise it just looks like I'm just reaching in front of my own boob. I like the way that I write. I like writing in, I guess, just solid English prose, you know? Boob. Yeah. The girls are fighting. Put a song into my food playlist and calling it Super Euro Eat. Call soup or like SOUPER. Go with that. Then you can have more food pun. Chew on that for a second. All right. Writing lyrics is very hard. I've tried and it's still not something that I'm good with. Writing a story, now that's my forte. So here's the thing. With English. I will say there is a technique that I have for writing about something. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going, whoa. Sorry. I might need to blur something out in the VOD for this. I almost showed something sensitive. Yeah, the VOD for this will be edited before it goes up. So I should be good for now, though. Okay, yeah, I think I can show Notepad again. Okay, here we go. So, some of you might have even seen on stream when I write something. Let's say, give me a noun. Give me something that a song could be about. Anything. Bullying. Okay. So, bullying, office job. Let's see. Pink. Okay, just right there, we have four words, right? So, bullying, office job, gay/LGBTQ, and pink. So, any one of these, we can get into, you know, words about bullying. So you can do, like, teasing, cruelty, like, pecking order, and then you have stuff about, like, maybe social norms, the bucking thereof. You would have something about, invisible damage. Hurting on the inside. Things like that. And then this is, think about the things that we're getting from just the one word. This is all coming from bullying. Mental health. Exactly. Yes. Mental health. In fact, I think that one is good because it can tie into some other things. Office job. This can also tie into things with the pecking order. Just getting through the day. You can have office cooler chit chat. You have things about keeping one's head down, promotions, firing, putting up with X for the job. All right, and then we have gay LGBTQ. This is being yourself, being different. Write something for Shadow. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Dub, but I'm kind of showing... I want to stick with these for phrases and concepts, just because I feel like there's a lot... I'm kind of showing my process with what I have with this. And, let's see. Marginalized. Let's see. Misunderstood. Disinformation. And then we have things that are evocative of some of the other things that are in there. For instance, and then we have pink, bright, signed, feminine. Doesn't have to be. And the thing is, as you write more words and how they relate to each other, then you have all these things that you can string together into lyrics. For instance, now we have something where we could create a story or a narrative. Maybe the character singing is someone being picked on in their office for liking pink and being perceived as gay, or could very well be gay, or something like that, or from the perspective of one of the bullies, you know, trying to understand why they feel so compelled to stop picking on someone, but they keep doing it anyway out of peer pressure, and that's a whole different thing. There's peer pressure, we can put that here. The thing is, if you can kind of roll out your own vocabulary, you can have more tools to work with. And then from there you can have, you can decide, you know, once you have the words, you can decide how to string them together. And the actual process of writing those lyrics gets a little bit more difficult because at some point you do have to start. You could do something, for instance, like, say, gotta go try to do some more homework. I got way too many assignments to do. Hopefully I can take a proper break tonight. See you, Audie. Take care of yourself. Audie's, aw. Destiny, thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your evening, okay? Yo, can we get some love in the chat for Destiny Kim? My arms really hurt, but worth it. But you get the idea here. This allows you to work with more. And then, you know, I would say maybe a hook for this. Any song you wrote about girls would become retroactively queer. No. If it was a self-insert, then yes. For instance, yeah, I suppose a few of them would definitely be retroactively so. Yeah, I suppose so. If the song was a self-insert or where the character singing is towards a woman, and assuming that it is, you know, putting myself in that slot, then it would be. And actually, this exercise works even better if you're working outside of just linear text. Here's what I mean. I'm gonna grab paint. I still can't believe they put AI in friggin' paint. I hate it, and it's stupid, and it needs to go away. Yeah, let me show you how that might look in, like on a piece of paper. Let me grab, let's see, we'll do window capture, not visible, paint. Okay, we're gonna scroll that down here, put it here. Maybe more like there. Yeah, and we'll put the layer below myself. Okay. So, we have this. Well, that's not it. Is that? What? MS Paint. Yeah, it's supposed to be capturing paint. Properties. Capture method. Nope. Nope. There we go. There we go. And Vera. Oh my, Vera. Allow me to take care of you, okay? Arara. Iko da ne. Thank you for the head pats. All right. And I've got a couple of hydrates to take care of. Let me drink out of this one for now. Boop, and boop, and boop, and boop. Okay, so let's go again. Let's go again with the ideas that we listed before. We have bullying, office job, gay, and pink. So now we can do, yeah. Let's make that a slightly larger font. Let's do, I don't know, let's do 36. Give ourselves a little bit more room. We have bullying, we have office job. And then we have pink, right? Oh. Oh my, Jesse. It's in good time too. Jesse, are you ready to hear the truth? Are you ready? Is it SKS6 King? Thank you so much for the follow of the stream. It's great to have you here. I'm going to take care of Jesse's redeem in just a second, and then I will thank you for the follow properly. Where was I, Jesse? Right. Jesse, you are such a good girl. What a good girl you are. Good girl, Jesse. Hmm? I can practically hear you praying for me from here, huh? What a good girl. Right. Now, our newest follower, sorry about that. May I just call you King? King, thank you so much for the follow on the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. My work's been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, and Matarakon of Shoujo. Great to have you here. Oh, no. GT, I think Dub is making a joke about AI looking like Al, and they're talking about like, oh, Weird Al. It's like, yeah. So did that, and then sax. I'm gonna do a lower voice nya, if that's all good and fine with you. A sultry nya, if you will. Are you ready, sax? Nya, 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 nya. Meow. How was that, kitten? All right, so now we have over here, we can move Pink a little bit closer in with the rest, if it would let me. Oh, what the? Transparency? In paint? I don't know how to feel about that. There we go. Oh, and type 2T, allow me to take care of you as well. And there you go. Can you rotate text in Paint? It's a good question. One that I will not be answering for now. So what we can do is we can draw kind of circles around these. We're gonna do 4. Oh, thank you. So, you know, we have bullying, we have gay and LGBTQIA. We can do office job, and we can do pink. And we can start listing some of the other things that we had from the list that we made in between things. So we can do like, because we have like mental health. And we can create that circle. Maybe that comes from, you know, the bullying side, but we can also kind of tie that here. And then we also have, you know, teasing. And circle that. And then you would have something like the pecking order. And that would be able to bridge between these two. Because then not only are you creating words, but you're creating concepts. And you can build off of those concepts. So that my first job. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Also, hello, Shannon. I hope you're doing well today. I was explaining a bit about my lyric writing process. And the 4 words I got were bullying, office job, gay, and pink. So, as you build this out, you start to have these words and concepts that you can work with and find how they interact. You know, these two might be interacting because, you know, getting teased can affect your mental health. Being teased is part of the pecking order. You know, this is, you know, something that you might have to put up with for an office job. You know? Why does that look like someone's peeing? But you get the idea. A mind map, it's the more that you can do on paper, by the way. The more that you can do with a pencil and paper or a pen and paper, the better. You can type stuff out if you need to, but tired of your office job, so you hire a pink gay lady to bully you. I mean, that is another thing you could do. Is that why you're all here? Sorry. Couldn't help it, couldn't help it. But yeah, no, that is more or less how I do my songwriting process. Quick sippies. There it is. But yeah, no, that's generally how I do songwriting. You know, that's not the only way to go about it, but that's what works for me. And then from there, I watch, you know, once I have a concept, like the narrative of the song. It doesn't have to be a story. It can be a narrative, or a statement. You can think about meaningful phrases. For instance, do I use FL? Do I use FL or another program? Picked up FL for Christmas, struggling to learn it. I work in Bitwig Studio, which is made by ex-Ableton developers, but I think it can open FL projects. I'm not entirely sure about that one, though, so don't quote me on it too much. Yeah, I work in Bitwig. I spent some time, about a year, in Ableton, and then before that I was in Logic Pro, so there is that. But, what am I on about? What am I on about? Let me close that. Don't save. What is that clip? Oh no. I was opening an old one. Ops manager. You ever tried making Eurobeat with non-Eurobeat instruments? What would you define as a non-Eurobeat instrument? Let's see. I very seldom call things out, but when I say that something's going to be omitted from the VOD, can I request? Wait. Pally. GT tips $10. What does this button do? Y'all, can we get some love in the chat for GT for tipping the $10? Thank you so much for helping us fill that bar even just that little bit more. For those who don't know, Pally allows me to distribute tips between myself and the moderation team. That is your Sparkling Pixies, your Aaron Catbirds, your Shinons, your Dart Runners, and with any overages or remainders favoring the mod team. So now I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to, let's see, where's the next one? I think I've been bumping it up in terms of 5s. Yeah, let's get to the next one. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. And I think that's worth a wheel spin. Before I forget though, I'm sorry, the contribution came at a wonderful time, but I want to point something out. When I say that something's not going to be in the VOD, that's not an invitation to clip. I'm not going to call out who did it, and I understand why people do it, but we're not going to do that. I'm deleting that clip. I hate to do that, and I'm sorry to sound very harsh, but I do have some privacy. And it's one thing to witness a thing of privacy, you know, getting a little bumpy. It's another thing to clip it. Does that make sense? Please do respect my space. Thank you. Gotta respect the boundaries. Exactly. Yeah. Gotta go, time for Dad's birthday dinner. Aw, happy birthday to your dad. And have a great rest of your evening, Yuki. But yeah. In more happy news, let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we're gonna do to celebrate. Hello? Not gonna let me do a half thing, is it? Okay. That's not where that needs to go at all. Alright, I guess it's just gotta do it this way. Okay. Let's open the wheel. Let's push the wheel button. Is it gonna do? I guess not. I am about to sneeze though. So Dub, this is the version that I made for Fetty in their last few years, their last year together. Oh, thank you. Let's see, where is the wheel? There's the wheel. Should be for that one now. Is that not gonna do it? I guess I'll just do it like this. Hello? So I need to do properties or something. There it is, okay. I think it's just struggling. Is it behind the actual background? I think it's behind the actual background. No, should still be visible. The heck? Oh! It's on the projector. I'm very silly. I am very silly. Why is it not showing there, though? Browser window, properties. No, even then it's still struggling. There. All right. I'm gonna move the projector real quick. There we are. All right. Here we go. Thank you once again, GT. Keyboard predict a tweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto Twitter, and what is a word that I should start the tweet with? Burgers. You know, I'm gonna steal that. Girls, bunny girls, mommy, silly, gays. I think I'm gonna go with burgers just because no one expected that. Okay. Burgers are a great idea and a good way of getting the most delicious and healthy food out there for the kids to enjoy and eat in their favorite restaurants. I think that's a good... Oh, wait. I think that's a good place to wrap that. All right. Posted. Let's see. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I clarify anything. But yeah, let me bring back the projector. And hey. The tweet is in fact up now. Let me bring back the projector. I need to pull that down just a smidge. There we go. Yeah. Leave that a little bit left. Yeah. People want to know if a burger wrote it. All right. Yeah. It happened. This is my tweet. This is my legacy. All right. Thank you all so much for your contributions, whether it's a sub or tipping through Pally or anything like that. Thank you so much for being part of what I do. And hello, Tangent. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I wanted to... Right, so songwriting and such. So that was kind of the method that I tend to use for writing something. I'll kind of give myself as many words as I can, and then I pick a connecting thread. For instance, The World One Dream Away. I think I composed it. I shouldn't have done it this way, but I think I composed that and wrote the lyrics later. But, you know, at the time, we were doing a stream. No. My brain just went in a weird direction. During that time, we were still in lockdown. And during that time, we were still kind of dealing with COVID and, you know, the fact that long COVID could be a thing. How do I say? I thought it would be interesting to, oh, take care, Amazeme. Have a good rest of your evening. I thought it'd be interesting to write a song from the perspective of someone. Boop. I think I missed that hydrate before I forget. Sorry. A couple of little logistical things. My hair is getting in my face. Yeah. Generally, once I have that thread, I try to pick up a unique approach to it. Or like, oh, what if this? What if this is what's happening? And then I'll pick like a chorus. I'll pick a chorus from that. Like, you know, keeping with this thread or this notion of like bullying, office job, gay, and pink. I could think of a thread, you know, sorry, I could think of like a chorus or something like keeping my head down. Yeah, like keeping my head down would probably be like the title. And then in the chorus, you know, it's like somewhere at the cooler they're laughing at, I don't know. It allows me to build out lines and phrases and like a narration through that. That's just my general process. Yeah, I think that covers most of it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Timothy. Yeah, I only now just noticed. We just did that again. Okay, I think that's another, what, 2? Thank you so much. Can we get some love in the chat for Timothy? Why are these, why are we not getting Pally alerts? Pally bar, Pally, oh, there we go. Huh, weird. And it should still be audible. But yes, thank you so much for that. Every bit, every amount can help. Every bit's appreciated. And I think that entitles us to 2 more wheel spins, doesn't it? All right, let's bring down the projector again. Okay. And spin again. I was already going to be spinning twice. Now I have to spin for 3. Okay. Here's the first of the 2. Alright, I'm not doing Pyon for 2 minutes yet, but once we have all 3 up, we'll do the thing. Okay. Pyon for 2 minutes. Chat chooses PFP, and then the last one. I need to make that. Wait. And Jeeb Teeb tips 5 to the team. Chat picks IRL outfit next stream. I suppose we need to spin one more time since we did just get another 5. Thank you so much, GT. All right. Yeah, let's wait. Let's spin it one more time. Here we go. Oops. There it is. Oh my. Well. We have then Pyon for 2 minutes. Chat chooses my my profile picture. Chat picks my IRL outfit for next stream. And, well, some of your favorite when I'm like this for 5 minutes. How does that sound? Hmm? Let me get 2 timers going. Now, do you want the Pyon and the Mommy C separate or together? What is a slumber cat? All right, 2 minutes and 5 minutes. Grand total is 7. Yeah, question. Let me put away the projector. And, let's see. Oh, that's kind of cute. Aw. An agile fighter, specialized in survivability. I see, I see. Maybe it should be Audie's face morphed into a strawberry. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 5 minutes, and then the first 2 will end everything in Pyon. How does that sound? Well then, let's begin, Pyon. Now, on the matter of my profile picture, Pyon, what do you suppose it should be, Pyon? Choose carefully, won't you, Pyon? I know you won't disappoint me. PFP of Jinx the cat, Pyon. Jinx, I'm not familiar with Jinx the cat, Pyon. Oh, this cat, Pyon. I see. Adorable, Pyon. Public domain image of a bunny with a strawberry, Pyon. I notice a lot of strawberry, Pyon. I suppose I could look that up real quick, Pyon. I will literally make straw Audie. Must you, then, Pyon? I see, I see. Well then, let's take a look, Pyon. Strawberry bunny, Pyon. Anime, chibi, Rilakuma, Pyon. Transparent Pion. I should get the music back up again. I'm terribly sorry, Pion. We are almost done with 2 minutes of Strawberry Bunny, Pion. Almost wonder if I should have changed my avatar for it, Pion. Recreate SCB-77. No, Pion. I know you may want to, but just calm down a little bit for Mommy, won't you, Pion? Please. Maintain some self-control, Pion. Hmm? I see. Pion. Oh, that's too bad. SCB-77, Pion, is one where the model has a sketchy liquid on her face, Pion. And I used to joke about it as, quote, "Where's the milk, Pion?" Then perish, Pion. Indeed, it is almost 2 minutes out. In fact, the 2 minutes are done. I no longer have to say Pion. You are all mine for the next 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Hmm? How does that sound? I do like the idea of a strawberry with a bunny with a strawberry. Let me have a look, see. Let's see, maybe there's something on Unsplash. Yeah? Let's see. There's a lot of bunnies, but there's not a lot with strawberries and bunnies. Those are mostly just Easter bunnies. You're not seeing what I'm doing. I'm worried about sharing more on screen than I have to again. People keep clipping those moments, and not gonna lie, it did kind of bump my trust a little bit. Not good? Not good. Let's see. How about just a strawberry? Let's see. I think I'll just look that up in Unsplash. How about this picture? I think this will do. What do you think? Tell me. Then I'll go with it. Very good, very good. I'll drag it then. Oh, that's .avif. I don't need that. We'll need this one. And I have a special folder for where I save all my things. Let's see. My brand. And Unsplash Images 2024. There we go. Very good. All right. A strawberry indeed. Put some bunny ears on it. I suppose I could do that. I'm gonna put the projector away though. And by the way, in about 10 minutes, in 10 minutes I'll take a break and let you all to yourselves for a little bit. 10 seconds left, by the way. Anything else I should say before this version of me departs, kittens? 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that's enough of that for now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just drag some bunny ears on that picture. Let's say open. All right, take care, GT. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your day, okay? And I'm doing the thing with the voice again. I need to speak a little lower. As if your ordinary voice isn't already mommy enough. Well, what can I say? Tone makes a world of difference, doesn't it? IRL outfit. Bunny suit in public. No. I have some control over this, you know. If I'm wearing it, I mean, I very seldom leave my apartment as it is, so I'd most likely just be staying home anyway. Also, my bunny ears broke, sadly. Made outfit in public. Not doing that again. I say again because, well, I could stream in the maid outfit as long as I don't leave the apartment. I could do the bunny outfit, actually. I would need bunny ears. But, yeah, I would need the bunny ears again, but I could do that. Sort of thing tends to be for cons if you're gonna go out in it. Yeah, honestly. Let's see. Right. I was gonna do strawberry. There's Photoshop. There's... I need Unsplash, don't I? There it is. Right. 2024. Open that. Come on, Photoshop. Right. Rename that BG. Image. Canvas size. I'm sorry, I know that I'm doing a lot off camera, but it'll be updated in time. Oh, just realized that I still look angry when I type with the number pad. I'm gonna move OBS over here. Hey, Mado. Yeah, exactly. Need to make the cutest up. I mean, I can stream in cosplay and stuff like that. The thing is, like, I'll see if I can take a picture before I start the stream. And it'll just be for your eyes, basically. Actually, why don't I could do here. I think I can share what's on my screen. Yes, I can. What I could do is I could probably grab a bunny. I could probably grab a bunny picture and put it behind the strawberry. What I think I could do here is that, and then invert, Control J, and then what I would do here, and then we'll fill that with that color. Cool. So we have pretty much one-to-one recreation. Make the PFP my current avatar recreated IRL. I don't have the ears for that, sadly. I could still try, but oh, you mean no, that would take too much time. Yeah, that's a lot of work for a wheel spin. I made these things to be a little bit easy to do. Maybe I'll just draw it in. Do this. That's not doing anything. Oh, because the opacity is 10%. There we go. That doesn't do much for us either. Have I ever consumed potted meat or spam spread? Also, gets a pretty good support. Thank you so much for 500 bits. I'm very sorry that it didn't actually show up. Let me see if I can fix that. Well, that should be doing. I'll disconnect, reconnect. Ah, yeah, it wasn't as connected as it should be. There we go. Authorize. Yeah. Why did it open 5 of them? Okay. What was that? Yeah, I think it's worth 500 bits. I think I have had spam before. It wasn't my favorite. Let's see. I just need bunny ears for this, don't I? I'm sure I have that in somewhere in here. Where is that though? I'll just draw them with like a... What I could do is like a stroked design here. No, let's do like... There. And then we'll do, that's not what I want. Okay, we'll do... Ah! That's not what I want either! Here we go. We'll do, stroke. We want 100%. We want, not overprint. Yeah, it should be, why does it look weird? It's not quite, what we need, is it? It's like a weird glow to it. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the brush again. Put the hardness up to 100. Giggity. Yeah. I might add some little pink over it too. Yeah, I'll do this. Eh? Oh, whoops, it did the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Yeah. That to kind of line up a little bit more naturally. And we'll do here. And then switch that back to white. Kind of have that overlap look. There we go. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Yeah. Yes. And then we'll export that as a PNG. Boop. And there we have it. Gonna go ahead and upload that to YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. Wow. Why is my brain is in a weird spot right now? It's not YouTube. It's a very different platform. I guess social media is all the same to me these days, apparently. Alright, where is that post? It's in my brand. Unsplash 2024. New PFP. Make sure it's centered. Zoom in a little bit. Might as well just to make sure it's centered. A little more. Right about there. And it's gonna make me re-log into stuff because I did that too. Oh, it didn't. Let's see. Might as well post about it too. Let's see. Social posts. Nope, my brand. Unsplash 2024. Yoink. Boop. All right. So that's that. All right. There are two social media platforms now, Twitch and Cringe. Okay. Spread is literally spreadable. It was a childhood thing for me. Spreadable meat goo. I think I missed something. But yeah. Oh heck, I'll just share it here. Here's the new PFP. Uh-oh. Oh, that's too big. Oh my goodness. Okay. Big PFP. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a lot of strawberry. Good lord, that's way too much. Okay. This is the new PFP. Yeah. Not enough strawberry. Not too bad. 2 jump scares in a minute. Yeah. It's the American portion size, basically, yeah. Cheesecake Factory portion size, really. Alright, it has been an hour and a half. I'm gonna take a 5-10 minute break, but I will give you a round or two of words on stream. So I'll be right back. back. I actually didn't even try to put my voice up high. It's just that's how it came out. Excuse me. While I was here, forgot that's there. Allow me to reappear real quick. Oh, there we go. Hey, Pixie with the jokes. Hey, sorry. Yeah, a little while back I ordered a new plushie, and today I think this image will probably also be way too. Well, hold on. How do I do this in a way where it won't be too large? I think it's just gonna be too big no matter how I throw it in. Yeah, I got this in today, and that is also too large. All right. I got my U2's Cottontail plushie. Yay! Very happy about that. Yeah, Banui. Another Banui, one that I very much admire. And she's got little magnets in her hands that hang on to the carrot. It's very cute, and it's finally here. Also made some tea, went to the bathroom, couple of logistical things in the background. All good. What were we on about, by the way? I forgot what I was on about. Okay, so we did the profile picture, we did the wheel spins. I'm about to sneeze. What's that? I realized I should have muted the previous one. I don't want to end up on a VTuber sneeze compilation. Yeah, the outfit is based on her old model. I think her new model is there is some merch about it, but I don't think there's a plushie about it yet. Give it time though. I would consider getting a current model Cottontail plushie. You know what? I'm gonna grab the plushie. I'm gonna hang out with it. You don't see it, but we're getting, but I'm holding the plushie with me. When are we getting an Odyssey plushie? Thank you for reminding me. Let's talk about that. There is something that we do need to talk about with that. Right after I shift this magnet down just a little bit. Not quite going where it needs to go, is it? There's the magnet. So let me yeah, let's talk about plushies and such. I've been in contact with a new merchandiser. And they gave me and my team a lowdown. Plushies are one of the most expensive things you could do. For me, it's up there with like if I ran vinyl records of my music work. And tend to have iffy sales. On the meanwhile, what might be a better approach is to make some other merchandises and see how that does before we progress up to a plushie. Sadly, it's probably going to be a bit, but on the upside, that would allow us to get the design a little bit more refined before we got that done. There were other kinds of merchandise requested. Well, sorry, not the word requested. Recommended. Why is my brain like picking words that aren't what I mean? Could always make the plushie design on the back of the docky. Who told you that you can leak things ahead of time? Who told you that you can get things out before I can get to them? I'm giving you grief. But I will say that one of the bits of merchandise that apparently does a lot better is Dakimakura. The body pillow covers. I'm evaluating if that's a direction that we want to go. Because I need to choose my words carefully before I speak here. Chat. Dakimakura, yes or no? You know what? As a matter of fact, All right, we'll run that for 2 minutes. That could go really well or find itself in the very wrong hands. It would no longer be in my hands if it ended up out in the world. A Daki is, well, it's just for you. I mean, as long as people aren't taking pictures of themselves cuddling with it. I mean, cuddling it is fine. It's if they did anything else with it that would be a little bit iffy, but, I guess I want to gauge it because I feel like merchandise of me as opposed to my music or whatever is still kind of a new concept for me. And you know, the idea of putting myself on a Dakimakura or in the form of a plush like this or something, it's a step. And I guess I just want to double check. Free advertising. I don't know. I feel like people would take pictures of other merchandise that I do, but maybe they would do something with the Daki. It doesn't have to be a lewd one or anything. Actually, about that, you're correct. And I should say, I don't have plans for a rated R Daki at any point. My boobs are remaining covered. Any other unmentionables remain unmentioned. However, I have an idea. You were that butts. You understand she's not an anime character, she's a music artist. I mean, I kind of am an anime character, aren't I? Pin-up Daki. Kind of, yeah. At least it's one of the two designs that I'm considering. I feel like it might be interesting to do one that's like PG-13 and one that's more PG. All right, the overwhelming, well, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but looks like 5 hell yeses to 3 ehs and no hell no's. Hydrate, that I can do. I'm gonna wait for my tea to cool down a little bit. I'm definitely getting dry. How am I getting dry? Weird. All right. Hatsune Miku could be described the same way. Yeah, and I'm not Hatsune Miku. I'm not headlining Coachella yet. Mommy Odd Dakimakura. We'll figure it out. I'm glad to know that reception to an Makura is not immediately negative. I'll put it that way. A comfy image is the best for Dakis. I'm honestly the same way. Like, I can't stand when someone looks uncomfortable on a Daki. I don't own any like proper Dakis. I had a keychain of like a stick figure on a Dakimakura. Like a little, it was this big. Serious comment, they can be rather pricey for even a middling quality pillowcase, but I can see it working well for you. I won't get into the details, but I will say that it is, of the options that I have, it is likely to be the most cost efficient and the most likely to sell. So that is a consideration that I have to take into account. I'm gonna take another sip. That's really not ready yet. Ah, really hot, really hot, really hot. Ah, ow. Okay. See, with an apron. Wait, like that pattern on an apron or me in an apron on the Daki? I have ideas for the designs, but I'm not going to share them yet. I'll put it that way. And see why plushies are expensive. There's some real craftsmanship going on in them. There are ways to get them for cheap, but you get what you pay for. And I wouldn't want to give you a plush that was subpar, you know? An Audi Daki of you just holding the money and you in an apron on the Daki. I see. Hello, Suzu. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Actually managed to catch a stream. I've listened to your Eurobeat ever since I've seen Initial D, aka since I was 13. Wow. That's incredible, Suzu. And welcome to the stream. It's great to have you here. Gosh, I have been so kind to my voice and it's still giving out. What gives? I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to be mindful of how this all goes. Because some of the things that I didn't think would be for me were very much for me after all. And then there are things that I didn't think would be for you ended up being very much for you. So we'll see how things go. A plushie, sadly, is a little low on the list in terms of what I can make in the near future. I still plan on one. Like, that is still very much high up on the list. When possible, when available, do a plushie. I hate that I have to do like a Duke Nukem Forever approach to it, where it's just like, soon, trademark, copyright, register, some restrictions apply. Side effects may include waiting. But at the moment, it's a little bit less. It's a little bit less likely that it'll happen in the near future. Sadly, I just need to get really, 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 really big and popular, and then I'll just do, you know, a U2s or something. Because as you can see, they turn out pretty good. They turn out real cute. But yeah. So maybe we can loot a rock, so nothing you make is unlootable, but that's normal. And I mean, it's not exactly like I have unlooted myself or remained in lewdness stasis either. Like, look. But I will say, I think it's more like, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that we're all comfy. We're all doing good. I've already lost my train of thought. I'm pretty sure like a staple of Eurobeat, I'd say a pretty popular person at the very least. I appreciate that, Suzu. That doesn't necessarily translate super well to merchandise. But I do appreciate that that I have some sway in the Eurobeat world. I think that's pretty important to me. I got a few windows to close here. Yeah, I think we're still okay. Oh my gosh, Naya. Naya just responded to my tweet with just good with a little like raccoon looking very pleased. I'm surprised I haven't heard an Audi hair metal ballad track. I mean, David Hasselhoff did it with Q-Stack. Would you want? You've been talking a little bit about like 80s hair metal and such. You've been on a kick, haven't you? I wouldn't be against doing like a something like that, I guess. I guess it's just more like what's viable within my reach, right? I don't know about stable, but Eurobeat World definitely would be different without Jessa. Yeah. Yeah, I guess when I think about like what I would totally buy a Kendra Blast Eurobeat vinyl if one existed. Huh. Yeah, that's another product that's very hard to manufacture, but I would love to sell someday. Vinyl is very expensive to print. But I would love to do it someday. I would have to pick a very important song to put on a vinyl, or a couple of songs to put on a vinyl, because I would need investors. Why not cassette tapes? They're a little less expensive than vinyl, but a little more expensive than CDs. Yeah. It's kind of complicated. If you drop a CD's nuts joke, I'm just timing you out. Stamp vinyls are stamped, not printed. Goodness, no need to yell. I think you figured what I meant. I was not gonna. Yeah. CDs are more likely in terms of you're totally gonna. I appreciate your honesty. Oh, thank you for that, butts. Yeah, what was I on about? Cute VTubers here on Switch. Ah, got her. Ah, yeah, exactly. Just yeah, what else was I on about? My brain is a gong. You could smack it with something and hear the reverberations. Trying to think about what's ahead. So next week, there's this weekend, there's the next weekend. How many of you know that I'm performing at an anthro at a furry convention in a couple of weeks? Favorites are definitely When the Sun Goes Down, Deceptive, The World One Dream Away, and of course Other Side of Night. Yeah. You know, pirate metal is popular. I know. I know the drummer in a pirate metal band, if I'm not mistaken. I believe, what's the band name? I believe it's yeah, Swashbuckle. I've worked with I believe the drummer of Swashbuckle. Yeah, that's Eric. And yeah, Eric actually used to do Eurobeat. Also, the voice is amazing. I can't wait to actually get started on my voice. Oh, thank you. And honestly, voice training, if you can get it, go for it. Honestly, worth every bit. But I feel like what I got the most mileage out of was learning tone versus pitch. I damaged my voice by trying to do pitch too much, and I could have just been doing tone, and it made a world of difference. I love your music. It helped me in sad moments, and it's helping me in the gym. Thank you. Well, thank you for listening. I'm glad that it could lift you up in some rough places. Now, if we could figure out how to shoehorn a hurdy-gurdy in a Eurobeat song, pirate Eurobeat, multi-wave drifting. Yeah, I suppose so. I feel like you could get pirate Eurobeat by getting that kind of like shuffle timing and keeping the instruments pretty much. Actually, there is pirate Eurobeat. Pirates by Rich Hard, right? Pirates, oh, the Caribbean are ready, oh. I'm great at the kind of low sultry mommy tone. I'm tired, but that's kind of it. So the way that I understand it, Suzu, instead of finding a, oh, I can wait until the ad's done. Yeah, I'm always glad when people are listening to what I do outside of like just the one scene or another. Like people that like my MLP stuff, good. People that like my MLP stuff and then check out other stuff, great. People that like my Initial D stuff, good. People that check out that like the Initial D stuff and check out my originals, great. Welcome back, Suzu. But yeah, Suzu, my understanding is like if you find a pitch where you're naturally resonant, because I'm fairly lower voiced, but you adjust the tone. I guess think about like, I almost want to call it formant, even though I know it's not it. Because think about the difference between, like, listen to what happens to my voice when I do this. Hi. 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 The pitch has stayed the same. The vocal weight is the same. But the vocal size has reduced. You have a larger voice with this kind of like regular tone and the larger, sorry, the regular pitch and the high and the sort of wider opener tone. And you can have a lower voice, but the tone, well, that's the thing. That's the ironic part, Suzu. The pitch hasn't changed. It's just tone. And with that, you can have, you could have a low voice and still be very much feminine, sultry, and seductive. Or you could have a high voice up here, kind of like, it's not quite the same. You see, pitch and tone inform how people interpret a voice, right? So, I have my own vocal issues and things that I'm working through in terms of health and managing that. I'm sorry, Suzu, I'm sorry. But yeah, generally, that's how I've learned to understand, my particular voice training. Oh, my GF is loud. Oh. Was it when I do this then? Yeah? I will respect your boundaries. If you'd prefer that I did not do that, I'm using a program to do that. I'm not using a program for that, actually. I think I'm missing something. It's chill. I just like the punny. Well, that's good, because I do resort to this from time to time, so to say. Your name does say cat girl. Do you answer to kitten then? That was too much. That was too far. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. That was a bit much. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right, hold on a second. I 1 second, please. That got me on the chin. And hello, Aaron. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Couldn't have joined in at a better time. Well, welcome back. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. I know it. I missed it. I missed a chance for... There we go. But yeah, that's my general primer on voice training when the time comes. Like, you can have a lower pitch as much as you want. I know plenty of amazing women, very feminine women with lower voices. And it's the tone that they adjust. Yeah, why is that not going through? Can I get that to do? There it is. Excuse me. Let's see. I think I did that hydrate. Definitely done that one and that one. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, there are these implications and suppositions about how a voice should or shouldn't be, when in reality, tone does a lot more to inform than pitch. The reason I stress that so much is I put a bump on my vocal cords trying to get the kind of voice that I wanted. Also, just speak Japanese is automatically a jump in tone. See, is there a Discord? I must. Yes. Right there. I should note, by the way, please understand the rules. This is an 18+ community. This is an 18+ stream. So long as you're in line with that, you're good. All right. I'm gonna have another sip of my tea. And another hydrate. That I can do. I've always found most people who speak it are higher in pitch. I'm not entirely sure. Suzu, we didn't need that. We didn't need it to that extent. You know what? Oh, wait. Okay. Let's not dox ourselves. Suzu, I appreciate your honesty. I can take you on your word. We do not need to provide exact. I'm sorry about that. Just please do be careful. But I was been confused on why that's bad. So birthday information can be used in a lot of paperwork where they're asking for personal information about you. If they combine that with like your first, last, and other things, they can completely. Oh, thank you. They can completely like steal your identity or do things with your identity that you did not want. It informs people. I was born in the 1800s, so I'm over 18. That would make you over 100. Gamer. Wait, no one wants my identity. I've been surprised at how many people wanted my identity. I remember, okay, I can talk about this bluntly since the last time I spoke about it, we were not an 18+ community, but now I can get into it. Someone was pretending to be me on Newgrounds. And that was not necessarily in and of itself the big problem. It was a problem, but not as big as the thing that they actually did with it. And I hate to be blunt, but they were posting mostly in a thread that was advocating for public. I can't be blunt about it. What am I looking for? Public masturbation. Yeah. So they were doing that in my name. In my name. Yeah. So you can see why I got in touch about like, hey, someone's using my name to talk about some iffy stuff on your website. Yeah, so here's the thing. I spoke to the folks that run the site and there's not really much that we can do about that, but if you can get if you try to get your identity back and they say no, then we can act on it. I am still on Yuki, yes. So I think I found their DMs and I'm like, hey, I am the owner of Odyssey Eurobeat. Please relinquish that. Either relinquish the account to me or abandon it. And I believe at first he went like, dude, you're stupid. There's no way that you're real. There's no way to prove that you're real or that I'm more real. So I uploaded a video to my YouTube, a private link, And I sent that link to him and like, yeah, so let's give it a try. And I believe his response was like, "You don't have the balls, but fine. Here's the info. I'm out of here." And I owned it. I changed the password and changed the name to not be after me, and it is dead. When people try to speak for me, they put words in my mouth. I do not want other people's words in my mouth. If I'm not paying you to represent me, don't put words in my mouth. Easy as. That is not me trying to be cute or sexy or whatever. That is me threatening anyone that would try to do something with that. You're not. Yeah, Susie. Susie, you're not wrong. That ended up being a little bit prophetic, but yeah, it was just like, oh no. For a second, I thought you'd say, "Put words in my mouth and I'll bite off your fingers." Not a bad idea. That I'm actually gonna write that down. That's true. But yeah, what was I on about? I was on about right. Identity and such. So don't arm people with your information, because some people will find a way to supplant your identity even without that information. And Lord forbid. Lord forbid. I'm gonna have a sip. I love it when folks try to swing at trans people like, "Oh, I can't even call you." It's like, that's the point. Basically, yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, here's the thing. Okay, words carefully. When living in the masculine steeped end of society, you constantly hear, "Oh, you're not a real man unless you do this," or "Oh, you're not a real man unless you do it." "You ain't a real man if you ain't eating beef." And suddenly someone does none of those things and is like, "Hey, you know what? You're right. I guess I learned something about myself." And then all of a sudden, they're very supportive of the notion of who and what they are. Not in that way. They're actually not supportive, but it's like, oh, suddenly the definition of a man changed. Gee, oh golly, jeepers. It's almost like it was never about validating someone or determining their identity and more just policing it. And please understand, don't get me wrong. How do I say? Being a guy is great. It's just not for me. It's a lovely place. I no longer want to live there. I'll put it that way. I'm sorry. When I was growing up, I heard all the sayings about, "You're not a real man if you don't do blah, 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 blah." Good thing I'm... Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, hey, funny about that. It's weird because the blunt hatred just emerges, and the lack of thought in what goes on becomes apparent when you actually get into it. Just got a genuine wheeze out of me. I guess that's the thing. I will say that, hang on, let's see. Say, "Ah, yes, classic. You're not a real this. You're not a real that." Yeah, exactly. The same people. It's like, can you make up your mind? Also, I very seldom want to hear what I am or am not. Thank you for that, Bats. From the kinds of people that do make that commentary in the first place, like, you're not a real man. And you are? You don't count as a woman. I see that the true authority on femininity is here then. Please, make your case. Just kidding. Make your case fall off a bridge in Minecraft. It's just weird. It has a name, the No True Scotsman thing. Yeah. I believe that it also applies to when someone tries to defend it's it's usually like the idea of like, oh, no one would do that. Who's this? Oh, I see catching herself. Like, yeah. I think a true man is someone who's respectful to all people. Hey, wait, isn't that just being a good person? Um, how do I say? I want to be careful about this. Um, I used to have a view of masculinity that in retrospect is extremely toxic. Um, and since then I've come to a lot of terms. It's still not for me, but there are plenty of people who are extremely healthily happy about being a guy, being masculine, being doodly dude. I remember stuff like throwing rocks into the pond, like going down hills on skateboards. None of this is necessarily like masculine exclusive, but the kind of thing where it was assigned. And you know what? I think that's neat. It's not for me anymore, but if it's for you, then enjoy it. Like that's the difference. Like, I don't know, people that I've seen some folks try to make some assumptions about me or the way that I identify, where it's like, oh, so you never do that. It's like, well, that's not true. Masculine coded. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, listen, we got the oddities include trans masks, trans femmes, NBs, gender questioning, all kinds of folks. And listen, life is too short. If you are if you're cis, if you're trans, if you're NB, if you're fluid, live your life. Life is too short. You got to do what you got to do to sleep at night, you know? I don't know of a single thing that is masculine except maybe standing up to do loo activities. Not gonna lie, sometimes I miss the analog control. And that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, no, like, be happy with yourselves. That's the important thing. Whether that's by figuring out if you're as you were assigned or not. If that's being healthy towards yourself with physical activity, or not, or eating a certain way, or presenting a certain way, or just affirming yourself. That's important. Hmm. Social gender coding is one of my amateur studies. Is that right? I didn't realize that. Wait, what did I say? Did I say something wrong? Uh-oh. Okay, references. Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, words. Point is, enjoy yourself. Be happy. Enjoy what you like doing, and if you don't like it anymore once you thought it was neat. I think of the clip of Marge Simpson just going, I just think they're neat. Yeah, not college, just special interest. That's also fair. That's fair. It is interesting, actually. In retrospect, almost 2.5 years in the beginning, I almost tried not to let gender impact my creative work. My music, my presentation, things like that. But even with as far as I thought it could go, I didn't think it would go as far as this, let alone that it would be so well received. And it's weird having that be part of what I present to you all. Having part of like myself be an element of, for lack of a better way to put it, the product. I am to some extent part of what I sell you. My appearance, my presentation, my voice, definitely my voice in a lot of different contexts. Hell, we were just talking about putting a spicy design of me on a friggin' body pillow. So, there's that. Your art is an expression of you. So all your bits go into your art. Phrasing, but yes. My arm is clipping into my boob. Sorry. But yeah, I would say, I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. God, if I knew that just being a girl that makes Eurobeat would be this amazing, I'd have done it a lot sooner. But, it's been a learning process too, because like, what am I comfortable with? What is my audience comfortable with? How far is too far? Where do I draw that boundary? It's weird because I got a lot of that done before I came out formally. I'm sorry. We've gone on a wild tangent here. Was a few things. I'm realizing. Authenticity is required for art. See, I get what you're saying with that, Christine. However, I would question that actually. I think if a piece of art is designed to be in and of itself inauthentic, or if the expression is meant to be about inauthenticity, then I would think that authenticity would no longer be required. There is an earnestness of creating the expression, but some can create art for reasons beyond pure self-expression. For instance, this is not to say that artwork is in and of itself, must be some product. I hate the notion of art as content. I have to refer to it that way because, well, that is technically my job description. I am a content creator, but it cheapens it so much. That said, I'm also not going to deny that plenty of artworks that are fantastic were created with commercial purpose. Andy Warhol comes to mind, or even Marcel Duchamp's The Urinal. Authentic art is authentic to what? To the artist, to the world we live in. I do think that would depend on the artist's distinction. It could be completely inauthentic. However, I do want to, I see what's being said for authenticity is required for art, insofar as I think there's a call for genuine expression. For art to reach someone, there's a notion that what is being instilled in the work comes from a good faith relationship between the artist and the art. That there's some corporate music stuff out there that's definitely what I'd call art. Yeah. How do I say? I'd even relate this to Eurobeat. Like, there are some folks that will decide, that will call some things Eurobeat and other things not. And there do need to be some defining lines, right? But on the same token, I noticed that every once in a while, I'll see someone's observation of Eurobeat that they don't like, and a song that they don't consider Eurobeat. And it's like, hang on a second. There's a difference there. That is Eurobeat. You just don't like it. And maybe I don't either, but I'm still going to fight for its right to exist. I'm going to fight for its right to be absolute shit. It can be really bad art. For instance, I've joked enough about songs like I'm Superstar by Futura. I think it's an absolute rubbish, dog crap Eurobeat song. It is still Eurobeat. I will defend its right to exist as Eurobeat. I just don't want it anywhere near me. I just don't want to touch it. Just bleh. Nope. No, thank you. See about Eurobeat cover, for example. Is that a thing? I'd be surprised if it isn't at this point. Has Turbo already made that? Hudson Mohawk, the original Seabat, Ekanai Borderline. Eurobeat is as simple to me as having funny electronic riff that makes the ADHD stand still. Hence, any meaning in a piece of art is at least co-created by the audience. I've thought about that. That's the notion of death of the artist or death of the author, right? Like the idea that a piece of art has the meaning that is assigned to it by its audience, right? I'm gonna have a sip. So, I remember I studied art in university, right? Also, I just realized there's no music going. So I studied art for a little bit in university, and I spent some time around musicians too. A lot of if I had chances to fill in just general classes, I'd do music. And I spoke to someone about the kind of music that I make, and they said, "Oh, you're not a musician." Excuse me? Yeah, you're not a musician. Are you playing any of this stuff in? Well, of course not. I'm composing it. No, no, music is what's performed. Huh? No! It's very much not. How do you feel about, oh, that's to Yuki K. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, yeah, that would mean that a lot of classical composers were never musicians. What were they making? Instructions? Does that not count as music? I don't think I ended up talking to that student again, and good. It's like, okay, yeah, just composers are all just idiots, right? Huh? We just don't do anything, huh? To be fair, we call them composers. Well, you have to have an understanding of music to compose. There is music being made. Sheet music is... I would argue that sheet music is music. Or at least the instructions to recreate music. You need something like that to get that out there. The arrangement of sound, I would say. Whether you are performing one of the instruments yourself or simply arranging the instructions and then firing those instructions off. I don't know. There's a lot of philosophy and all that, and there's something about it that's just oof. Anyway, the distinction between whether or not I like something and whether or not it counts. That's tricky. I feel like being a producer and not playing it in myself is different, but a DJ is a musician, their instrument is other people's music. Ooh, J Tiger, that's something I've thought about too. I learned to DJ in order to perform my work at conventions. Later on, I started adding the elements of singing along. Actually, I don't think I even learned how to DJ first. I think I just played my songs start to finish and just sang over them. Let's see. If your friend says they're having yerky for lunch in the group chat, then clarifies they meant turkey, it doesn't change that they said they were having yerky for lunch. I guess so. I think for DJing, I think if you're having, it's a difficult relationship, and it's something that I've had to fight with for myself too. I think if you're doing something with the sound, that is an arrangement or an adjustment of the sound. I think that gives DJs that distinction. We've seen DJs that just hop up there and do nothing. I would argue that that is not being a musician. I think involvement, some kind of involvement in the arrangement or production of sound is a qualification, short of just hitting a button. The topic of classical has never actually come up in those kinds of conversations. It's usually the standard, they're not real metal. Oh gosh, the metal world. I've seen that pop up before. Like a DAWless live setup is an instrument. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I get weird about stuff like that, where it's like, I'll defend something. Okay, I'd rather see crappy art made with intention than, yeah, because now we're getting into, like, other different distinctions, like art discussion. This is the weird part where having some amount of art history actually has value, right? Show them Bloodywood and then see if they can justify not calling it metal. What would I say here? You know, the idea of, I don't like that. Valid. The idea of, that's not art, or that's not music. That's a rough one. I don't know. Then again, hi, California trans woman here, and obviously I have some inherent potential biases. Red hair, green eyes, are you me? Maybe. Then again, I'm not much of a cat girl, so, well, it depends. We could be. Anything can be music, even a car alarm. Yeah, people have sampled car alarms and used it as an instrument. I think that's valid. I think that's got value. Now, I will say I find it hard to call danger music, to call it music or Japanoise. I don't think I've heard that particular variety of music. Much more Benoit coded. Yes. Yes. I love how I very seldom ever see bunny written out. It's always Benoit. I'm suddenly reminded of a post about several people mistaking ambient noise for experimental music. To me, that's how a genre dies, completely closing off a genre with strict definitions. Where have I heard that before? But I don't know. It's, I noticed that when people don't like something, it tends to be a lot more valid when they try to write it off as if it doesn't exist. Future music is literally music made by people biting glass and doing other things that look physically damaging. That sounds nightmarish. Like someone who thought they heard a new synth in a Nine Inch Nails song when it was really just the air conditioner dying miserably. I mean, I remember there was jokes about like dubstep in the early 2010s about like it was like the stick figure, like the rage face of like Skrillex just looking at a blender, just going, I must sample it. I don't know. I'm weird though. I think a lot of I like Venetian snares. I think Venetian snares is fascinating. I think like breakcore and really wild, just like I like to hear that kind of thing. Not because I think it's great music, but because it challenges me. In the same way that I used to think I wouldn't like Marcel Duchamp's Urinal. But I like it because it was done with a genuine statement. Getting up there and doing nothing for DJing could be okay, and said DJ could still be considered a musician with a bit of a condition. That condition being if they know how to do more than just pressing a button or not. If they're just starting off and willing to learn, great, keep it up. If they aren't willing to learn and think they're doing enough by being able to just play, then capacity might be an interesting thing to account for in that case. Hello, music thing that likes to slam random crap into his songs here. Ah, I see. I don't know. I guess I just notice certain patterns when there's a difference between like when there's a pattern between like I don't like thing versus this doesn't count. And by the way, I'm not gonna sit here and act like there needs to be no definitions for anything ever. I've had some people try to bring me like old, like really slow Euro dance and call it Eurobeat, and sadly I do know the difference. Ever seen Waiting for Guffman, the movie really explored who owns art and decided in favor of the community theater folks who really loved making it? That's right, yeah! That was the one where they did a musical about their town and how they were known for an export of stools, right? I vaguely remember that. Guffman was the director, wasn't it? Like, wasn't he? I put my garbage fire of a baseline from 2 years ago on the production channel. Feel free to clown on it. So Suzu, first of all, thank you for sharing. Second off, I feel like the production channel is there to, I guess just analyze it or share what might make it better. It's not to say that, you know, people are immediately going to start doting or gushing on it or anything like that, so much as, I feel like the production board's a lot more supportive than that. I'll put it that way. Created a Spinal Tap. That's right. If pressing play does not qualify someone as a musician, is Imaginary Landscape number 4 not a real song? I'm not familiar with Imaginary Landscape number 4. Is a composition for 24 performers on 12 radios and conducted by American composer John Cage and the Fourth. Have I heard of 4 minutes 33 seconds? I have not. Ah, John Cage. Yes, I have. So, I think what qualifies 433 is that it is a It is a captured expression. It is an intentional use of silence to indicate, to sort of see what does come up. Hello, Taro. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Right. In this case, yes, the crowd is the instrument. I do think that makes sense. Yeah, I would actually defend 433's role as music. How do you feel about clowncore? I've seen clowncore. I don't need to remember what I've seen about clowncore. So also I'm realizing that I'm putting my voice up again. I need to bring it back down. Not so well, rolling multiple. Oh my gosh. Taro, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that you hope they start feeling better soon. What's clowncore? Honestly, good question. I thought clowncore was like a band, right? Isn't that like there's the duo that that plays a couple of instruments in like a porta-john? And there's one point where the saxophone player, well, I'm saying it in an instructional fashion. This is not me saying things for shock value. If I'm not mistaken, he pulls his penis out and puts it just right in front of him on, I think it was like one of the cymbals. It's fine, I ran out of HRT and I have to wait until Monday to get more. I'm sorry to hear that, Taro. I hope that you get it back as soon as possible. But yeah, that's them, Vera. That's clowncore. I thought one of them whipped their dick out. I vaguely remember that. Yeah, that's in Toilet. That's right. But yeah, I think clowncore is art. I think they're making a genuine. I think they are creating an expression. I think they are music. They are art. So 433, An Imaginary Landscape, number 4. Yeah, also by John Cage. I think the thing is, intention does play a role in artwork. The notion of creating something or expressing something. Whether or not it's something authentic, what that expression is different. But with John Cage, the notion of, what goes into that, I think it is defensible. It is thus possible to make a musical composition the continuity of which is free of individual taste and memory, psychology, and also of the literature and traditions of the art. The sound enters a time-space center within themselves, unimpeded by service to abstraction. Huh. It is one movement, and the average duration for it is 4 minutes. It is scored for 12 radios, each radio calling for 2 performers and a conductor. Score looks like a conventional score with a slight difference that here a half inch equals a quarter note. However, accelerandos and I don't think I can say that term are also present in the score. It is prefaced by an extensive explanation on the indication of duration, station tunings, dynamics. Interesting. So that is a very much intentional arrangement of sound, and I would consider that music as well. By the way, that's part of why I don't consider AI art to be art. When a human does it, they are picking and choosing and making conscious decisions about what they are creating. An AI is simply following homework assignments and crunching numbers based on the things that it was told to steal. I would rather see crappy DeviantArt art, like drawn by Timmy, age 7, and his very edgy OC, than something AI generated. It's funny that you use the term intentional because John Cage's main interest was in aleatoric music, that is, music created by chance. Well, yes, but one must engage in something that induces that chance in the first place, right? The idea of having radios, with radios playing all kinds of random different things, the music itself is different. It is random to some extent, but the means of attaining that expression is intentional. That you must, in the case that you use a radio, right? There is music created by chance, but there must, of course, be something that generates that chance in the first place, right? The thought to capture the happenstance music is the intention, right? Is the person putting in the prompts an artist? No. Absolutely not. Giving a computer homework is not creating art. Giving a computer that has a lot of stolen artwork in it a mosaic assignment, that is not art. The human is doing nothing. Even the prompts, it's just, no. We're not doing that. J-Tiger, I'm sorry to jump on you like that. That is not me bopping you, but there has to be a limit here. I think I played a piece in college that did something like that. Here's the thing. Before I start sounding particularly Luddite aligned, I would say the potential for a system that is artificial intelligence is huge. There is potential to do something genuine with it. The problem is, as it's used now, its current implementation is very much dependent upon theft, and is very much used to generate products that replace people, or in a way that replaces people. I'm sorry, I just checked something, and oh my gosh. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm against calling it art very much. Not against using it to make another character of mine have a face, though. I'm gonna be honest, Suzu. Even that, I don't think I'd be super pleased to call that art. I still think it's just too based on theft. And mind you, I recently, and here's a part where I admit to a certain amount of hypocrisy. Yes, there is something very good that I just saw. Had some chance music influences what I'm talking about, not the AI stuff. So, the kind of things you don't sell, I guess, but even then, it's still using, well, I don't know. I guess stuff for personal use is up to you. Like, people trace for their own purpose, right? If you put something out there in the world and called it your own, that's different. Let's see. Is bird song? Do the birds sing by intention or instinct? It's expression. I think it's still valid. I think birds do sing. I think birds do create music. I'm not calling the image art. The art is the character, of course, but all characters do need a visual reference. Right. The point that I was getting at. I think systems like these intelligences in and of themselves can be trained ethically. The issue is very, very seldom does that happen to be the case. Machine learning has been used way before generative AIs have been popularized, but Gen I has been marketed as the new hype thing. I think if people consent to the AI using their work as a model, it's fine, but they need to get the option to consent. And that's the thing. By now, they've already collected so much stuff without consent that it's too late. And mind you, I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't enjoyed or listened to anything that has AI involvement. I watched a video by Critical, Penguin Zero, Charlie, about Glorb, who used the AI voices from the show SpongeBob to create drill. Like really, really, really hard rap, hip hop, whatever. And it goes in. Like, it's well done. But it's still using voices gathered without their permissions. That was not something they were allowed to do. And it's like, I really want this song to exist. The idea of SpongeBob and Patrick and like Squidward doing some of the hardest music I've ever heard is really funny. But also, that's something that could have gone to Tom Kenny or to the other voice actors. Is that so different from sampling? Ooh. That gets interesting. That's so different from sampling. Ooh. That's a good question, AC. That's a banger right there. It is, I believe it is, but the argument of the distinction is a tricky one. I'll say that. Sampling, I found that sampling tends to be in very small increments. It tends to be an instance here and there, a line or two with the intention of calling attention to itself as a sample. Or an individual instrument notion in and of itself, like a single drum hit or a couple of notes in a row, like a single arpeggio. When you have samples write your entire song, ooh, I don't like that. But there is some intention of using that sample in a creative way. But then using an AI sample, using an AI to make a vocal line. Oof. It's still, and please understand, I don't have every answer. There's still a few things that I need to sort of sort through in my head. It depends on what kind of sampling we're talking about. I like the days of clipped together songs like the joke videos of Obama singing, but it was very clearly edited, whereas AI is supposed to sound exactly like that person. That gray area is dangerous. I feel like samples... what's the word that I'm looking for? Current AI basically steals from so many sources that some people argue that the result is different from any single copyrighted content. I don't think that's a valid argument. I'm inclined to think it's not a valid argument, too. How far is that from Vocaloid? Vocaloids were created with consent and permission by the performing vocal, by the person providing their voice. That is not even using an artificial intelligence. That is literally an instrument generated with consent and approval from the people they hired to provide the voices. AI is throwing someone else's voice in there 99.9% of the time without their permission in order to usually recreate something that someone else already made in the first place. There are exceptions, Glorb being one of them. The Glorb is making something new with it. But, drum and bass wouldn't exist without the amen break, and the guy who played it died homeless and unrecognized. Yeah, that is a very good point. It would be infinitely better if the drummer behind the amen break had received compensation for his contribution. Yeah, there's a lot of this that I don't necessarily have figured out. I don't like the idea of removing humans from the humanities. And whether or not someone makes something that I like with it doesn't make it okay. I really enjoyed those Glorb tracks, but it's still using voices that did not consent to the use of that. I have a feeling that the folks at behind the SpongeBob song, like SpongeBob, what's media? Sorry, behind the show, are particularly happy about Plankton having a song of him telling Mr. Krabs to claim his own life. Impressionists exist, hire one. Yeah, honestly, yeah. If AI is ethically used to create a tool or to assist creators like Ozone, Nectar, or Neutron, then I think it might be okay. Yeah, that's using it as a tool instead of using it to replace a human's work. I don't know. I don't have everything figured out. I'll confess that I don't like the idea of someone pushing a button and saying they made it. Then again, I'm also the kind of person that will buy Tool House cookie dough. What about using an AI voice changer? One is providing their own voice for it to be modified, but I do also think that the AI that it's going through as a filter would need to be ethically and consensually collected, so to speak. For instance, I don't think Joe Biden agreed to have his voice used in a lot of those filters. What about the AI voice with Benny Benassi's Satisfaction? Is that okay? I didn't know there was an AI voice in Benny Benassi's Satisfaction. Oh, wait a minute. So that, okay, that is using a... Ooh, okay. That's a good question. That's like using a speak and spell, right? Or it's sort of like a pre-made voice. Push me, and then just touch me, till I get my... That's not an AI voice. That is a robotic voice. That is not generated by AI. Isn't that just Microsoft, Sam? And the voice that was used for that was designed basically with permission and consent. Everyone was in on it, so to speak. Yeah, it's essentially just another Vocaloid. I forgot that was by Benny Benassi. Dang, Benny's been around for a hot minute. I don't know. I feel like we've dived into a pretty big contentious subject. What about stuff like Glorp? I was talking about Glorp. I think it is unethical. I really like the songs, but they're unethically made. I would rather have heard either the original voice talent or someone who sounds really good. Yeah, I would say, yeah, speech synthesis is actually really cool tech. Usually the folks involved in speech synthesis are working with consent. And I think that's a pretty important distinction to make. And again, I haven't thought about every kind of edge case. There's parts where it gets a little grayer in one direction or another. Yeah. It's like eating whale steaks. Sure might taste good, but how you get them isn't okay. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Teeter. By the way, I think I'll be wrapping up stream in about 10 minutes, if that's cool with you all. Before we go, actually, I would like to humbly request that we, I know that we've spent some time on the subject, and there's more to say, there's more to talk about with the subject, but for the sake of wrapping up the stream in a positive and generally easygoing manner, I think it might be best to focus back on different things. Yeah. Are there any questions, comments, remarks, redemptions that don't have to do with AI? I know there's a few folks here that were not here for, the beginning of stream. The science of catgirl biology. A few people weren't here for the beginning of stream. I talked a little bit about, oh, thank you. I talked a little bit about upcoming shows and gigs and things like that, and merchandise. Upcoming shows like Anthro Expo. Yeah, I'll be attending and performing at Anthro Expo in Norman, Oklahoma from February 1st to the 4th. No. No. No, 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 no. Yes. Right, what was I on about? Did you know that your track Catch Me is featured in the Stepmania song pack Toho Omukan Sakura Dream Sensation? Catch Me? I'm not familiar with that. Let's see. Let me look that up, actually. Xenius I Vanisher. Is it Catch Me, or is it, oh, Catch Us? Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's very cool. Okay. Yeah. This is like a fan effort, isn't it? Now, I have played my share of Stepmania. I've played my share. Support musicians when you can. have fun with it. This pack has my thumbs up. Which I would do, but I don't think my leap motion will actually capture that for me. That's neato. I'm gonna take a sip and then take a few more questions, comments, remarks, redemptions, and see who's stramming today. I see Matara, I see Mousy, I see Cinder, I see Zen, Camila. Chibi has a furry model. Chibidoki has a furry model. It's adorable. Chibidoki. We're rating Chibidoki. We're rating Chibi. Yeah. Once this is done, and in like 5-6 minutes, we are rating Chibidoki. I can hyperfixate on fictional science that I came up with myself. Biggest thing, Captain. Let's take a few questions, comments, remarks, redemptions before I do that. Oh, Ark Dargo, thank you so much for 3 months of subscribing. Can we get some love in the chat for Ark? Please enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, being part of the Odysseys community for 3 months now. Can we get some love in the chat for Ark? I hope you're doing very well. This is the tail end of stream, but I'm glad that you could make it all the same. And Shiley owns part of Gamer Subs, which means she's Fillion's boss. I heard about that, yeah. And I think I saw the stream where Fillion was, or a clip of the stream where Fillion was doing that. Let's see. Suko's still doing her uncapped subathon, but yeah, we'll be raiding Chibi today. Alexandria's streaming. I think Ori was streaming earlier today too, wasn't she? Magfest is streaming. Gazakantha. What the heck? I didn't reach up for anything. What the heck? Phoebe is streaming. Wow. The Russian Badger. I remember the Russian Badger. Yeah, Russian Badger's cool. Alvanil, Vil, Noble Wish, Sapphire, Saxpone, Janon, Makerai, DJ Cat, and Lilac. All right, take care, Taro. Thank you so much for popping in. Shinon is on with Mako. Ooh. They are playing Sonic Adventure DX. Ooh, okay. You know what? I like raiding Chibi, but I think we might need to raid either Mako or Shinon. Yeah, I think this would benefit Mako or Shinon a lot more. And thank you. Yeah, Niji did such an amazing job with this avatar, didn't they? This and like the other ones that they've made for me. Super happy with it. Yeah. Can we get some love in the chat for Niji? All right. Last questions, comments, remarks, redemptions before we emphasize words we didn't think we'd say. Yeah. There's still time to get me to call you a few certain magic words. Think of that, Bats. It's your call. All right. I'm gonna do that. Suzu, we have a redemption for that. Save up those points and, well, I could most certainly do that. Oh. Cute. Niji. Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. How was that? I'm saving up my points to be called a good puppy. Ooh, I haven't called you a good puppy in a little bit, have I? Well, keep saving those points and, you know. All right, we are just about done. I'm going to drop a freebie on you before we go. Well, yeah, that particular phrase is 10K because, well, if I gave them out too often, then they start to lose their value, don't they? When I call you something, I want it to matter. Right? Welcome back, Pixie. Good to see you.
Not.
Oh.
Not.
All right, friends. It is about that time. I need to wrap up, rest my voice, have some dinner, all that good stuff. But before we go, my usual freebie for you. Since you've all been very good for me today, thank you very much for coming in. Ara, iko da ne. And on that note, let's get back to... Why is the music not playing? Hello? Yeah, I'll just skip to the next one. All right. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you on Monday. Until then, we are rating Shinon. Let's see. All right. Thank you all for coming. See you next week. Bye-bye. Otsukare desu. Bye-bye. Mwah. Mwah. Bye-bye.